Hello, welcome to Driven It Storytime. Today I'm going to take you on a journey for young, hip, trendy people, because that's what Citroen were hoping we're going to buy this thing. It didn't quite happen. Anyway, more after this. Picture the scene, France, 1998, and I give you the Berlingo Multispace. This was Citroen's concept car called the Grand Large, which they then got talked into making a production car, because everyone went, oh, that is fantastic. That is a van with windows and seats, and it's got so much space. We think you should make it. And they did. As a concept go, it's not a new thing. There were other manufacturers that did this. In the UK, we had Vauxhall who did it, and we had Hillman did it. Seat even did it with the Terra. I always wanted the Seat Terra as my first car. Thankfully, it wasn't my first car, because I think if I had one of those as my first car, it would have put me off driving for life. However, the Seat Terra, Vista, windows and seats. So yeah, practical vans with windows and seats, absolutely marvellous. Anyway, Citroen thought, I know what, we will sell this to the young and trendy, and there goes a load of cycles in front of me, and people that like biking, because they can shove bikes in the back, they shove everything in the back, all your camping equipment, everything in the back. Young, hip, trendy people. However, in the UK, young, hip, trendy people didn't buy them, it was old people. But anyway, there we go. Anyway, Citroen Berlingo Multispace. And here we have on the front cover, 5 young, trendy people with bright clothing colours. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And it says here, in this edition, power steering, driver's airbag, transponder immobiliser, remote central locking, electric front windows, full-size electrically operated vinyl sunroof, special colour-coded upholstery. It's here, the total freedom of the multi-purpose Citroen Berlingo Multispace. Welcome to the brand new Citroen Berlingo Multispace, the totally versatile, amazingly practical multi-purpose vehicle with a difference. Picnic on the beach, a day at the races, whether it's a run in the country or a drive around the city, it won't be dreary in the brand new Berlingo Multispace. Its unique styling and stunning looks combine the space and equipment of an estate car with drive anywhere appeal for you, your family, your friends, in fact anyone who wants to do away with convention. Multispace takes 5 adults with ease in roomy leg stretching comfort. Actually, that is very true. These are so big inside. The high roofline giving generous clearance for even the tallest of passengers, and the wide opening tailgate giving easy access to the spacious boot. Except when you're in a car park, when someone parks up a little bit too close to you, because then you can't get the bloody thing open, because it does come up with a big massive swing. Anyway, it's total versatility. And just look at the full-size sunroof that opens at the touch of a button. Now that was quite something, you see, electrically operated sunroof in this thing. You go, bloody hell, it's a van with a massive sunroof. And I tell you now, it's the sunroof that really does make me get excited. And that's why I wanted one. Now this next part in the brochure actually does ring slightly true for me. It says, the car you've always wanted, which I have, I've always wanted the Berlingo Multispace, particularly with the sunroof, for the things you've always wanted to do. Now, I haven't really wanted to do much in my life, to be honest with you, but here we are. Well, the car I've always wanted to then park in a car park and read a brochure around. Anyway, this picture here shows some young, trendy people in bright colours sitting on the beach with their Berlingos. Oh, they just look like they're having the time of their life. Anyway, shut up, Stuart, get on with it. Inside, the striking seat fabric, the carpet, even the seat belts all complement the vehicle's striking all over metallic paint in your choice of Poseidon Blue, Dante Red or Bora Bora Green. Now see, that was quite something as well, you see, back then, metallic paint on a van. See, these were quite revolutionary, you see, but metallic paint, you go, what the hell? And that was standard, because they only sold it in 3 colours when it came out. Anyway, the sunroof can be moved back to open virtually the entire cabin to the sky at the touch of a button. The high driving position gives excellent all-round views, with all the controls close to hand on ergonomically designed dash. The height adjustable steering wheel and seatbelts also help create the perfect driving position, tinted windows all round, electric at the front, and an electric passenger door mirror. Performance and handling are superb. The 1.8 litre petrol engine offers a top speed of 99 miles per hour and excellent fuel economy of 31.7 miles per gallon on the combined urban and country cycle. We're going to get back to that because I tell you now, you might be going, hang on Stuart, where's the 1.4 and the diesel? Not when they first came out, you see. When they first came out, they were 1.8 petrol, and that petrol engine was not great in the economy. See, they're not telling you the urban figure, which I'll tell you now was hopeless. Anyway, it's safe too, and reassuringly robust, with side impact protection and a driver's airbag that works in conjunction with the front seatbelt pretensioners to help reduce injury risk. They all add up to driver and passenger peace of mind. Now, this bit here does make me laugh when they say great looks. I wouldn't necessarily say they're great looking. They are humble, cute little things, and they are quite lovely and cute. They're very, very soft and cuddly. We often refer to mine as the Moog. Now, if you're old enough like me and remember Will o' the Wisp, and you had the Moog, I'm the Moog, oh, I had a fault. I've just had another one. Evil Edna would be nice. I know, right? I'm a wanker. Anyway, but we always think this thing as the Moog because if anything goes wrong out of all the cars on the Birdie Fleet Broken Dream, if there's one that, you know, you're out somewhere, if cars were, you know, anthropomorphic and had minds of their own and I'd be like, I need something to come pick me up, this would be the thing that would pick me up. The others would go, no, I'm not picking you up. But this thing would go, all right, Stuart, I'll come pick you up. I'll bounce along the road and come pick you up. Because it's just so cute. These are so friendly. These really are friendly vehicles. I can't get over just how friendly these things are. Anyway, so it says here, good looks, amazing versatility, space for all, and impressive performance. You've got to take a closer look at the stunning new Citroen Berlingo Multispace. And there we go, take another look. Isn't it cute? And finally, the new Citroen Berlingo's striking interior. Even with all 5 seats in use, the generous boot under the parcel shelf will absorb 664 litres, that's 23.5 cubic foot. But fold the back seat down and the rear load area increases fourfold to a huge 2,800 litres, that's 98.9 cubic foot. There's more storage space throughout the vehicle, including door bins with bottle holders, glove box with cup holders and 4 large storage nets for passengers in the back. There's even a storage space above the driver's station. And I tell you now, there is, but you can increase your storage space in here. You see, I'm going to go slightly off topic. See, if you specified one of these with a passenger airbag, you lost the really useful glove box on the passenger side. But what Citroen gave you instead was this pull-out drawer underneath the seat. Now, they were about 30 quid when I bought them 7 years ago, so I bought 2. So yeah, I've increased the storage in this thing even more. Now, one thing Citroen did do, which I always thought was quite a shame, I'm going slightly off topic now, because the Berlingo van came with a passenger seat that folded down so you could carry long items in. These don't, and that was really, really quite a shame, because also the seat scob lifted up to reveal the bucket, basically, of what it was, the storage bucket underneath. But yeah, they didn't give you that in the passenger vehicle, and I always thought that was a bit of a shame, because that would have just increased the usability of this lovely place. And do you know what? I can tell you now, I don't often sit in the back of my own vehicles, funny enough, but do you know what? This is a really lovely place to sit. Lovely. Look at all the colours. Colours, you see, not black, it's grey, but I've got blue and I've got some red. I've got blue and red. It's nice. And actually, it has got a really good sound system because you can put 6 speakers in here. Of course, you've got little speakers up here. So anyway, I've gone slightly off topic. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the performance of the 1.8 because I tell you now, it is the urban cycle which makes you go, next. And then we come to the performance figures. Remember, this was the first of the Berlingos, not this one, mine's a 1.9 diesel, but the first ones came with a 1.8 petrol. And as I was talking about the fuel economy, and I tell you, the urban 23.7 miles to the gallon, which is, to be honest with you, absolutely horrific when you think 23 miles to the gallon on an urban. The extra urban, they do say you get 39.8, but you sort of, so your combined is only 31 miles to the gallon, which I can tell you is not very good. Anyway, the engine of the 1.8 was quite sprightly in its ways, I suppose. I mean, it was no VTR, which would have been quite nice, if I'm honest with you, or, you know, because this is based on the ZX, a Vulcane. Can you imagine a Berlingo Vulcane? Oh, hello, bit saucy. But no, they didn't do that for you. Anyway, the 1.8 litre engine had 90 horsepower, which was quite something. And it did 0 to 60 dash in about 12.2 seconds and reached a lonely, awful slow speed of 99 miles an hour. That's rubbish. That really is rubbish. See, my go-to Citroen sometimes when I talk about speeds is a Citroen Visa GT with 1.4 80 horsepower engine. That would do 104 miles an hour. This thing with a bigger engine, more power, no it doesn't. But anyway, prices on the road. Oh, this is where these absolutely excelled, and this is why they were such a runaway success. And Chris Goffey, in his review, I think for Menor Motors, said Citroen were going to bring so many in, and we're going to sort of sell them and see how, that's what I think Citroen are going to bring in about 300. And he said, he predicted, and he did predict, and he predicted right, that they will bring in and sell as many as they possibly can, because these were a runaway success. Why? Because they're on the road price of £11,995, which back then in, 1998, wasn't a lot of money. Today, because I did look at an inflation thing, and that equates to about 25 to 30 grand, which again, you can't really buy anything as practical as this for about that money, unless you look at a Dacia. I suppose you might be able to with a Dacia, but there we go. Anyway, that's the Citroen Berlingo Multispace story of the first one, the 1.8. There are many others, and believe it or not, yes, I do have the brochures for them. Of course I do, I bloody love these things. Anyway, there you go, take care. See you soon. I must find another place to film that's not so close to the bloody road. Do you know, it's amazing. You have a GoPro running, and then people go, oh, he's filming. I'm not fucking ITN. There's not been a murder here. Although, to be honest with you, what I have just found a single leather glove. Last time I came here to do some filming, there was one single flip-flop. So do you know what? If anyone has gone missing around here, we are looking for a one-legged, one-handed person with peculiar fashion sense. One flip-flop, one leather glove. I dread to think what else they're wearing, but anyway, there we go. Anyway, slightly off topic there, better start again. GoPro performance. Oh no, hang on, that went wrong. See, another Clio driving slowly. You want a Berlingo, bounce over that. Colours that they gave them. For fuck's sake. Idiot. I went slightly off topic there, didn't I? Yeah, GoPro, stop recording.